Hello everyone, it's Thanos and I'm back with another RWBY reaction. This will be Volume 7, Chapter 7, Worst Case Scenario. That is not a good title, especially considering how last episode ended. So let's briefly talk about last episode. That was just dread. That was just all dread. Okay, so it started off with some training, another mention of the fact that Oscar doesn't know a semblance, so wonder if that's going to happen sometime this volume. We'll see. A bit more experimentation with everyone else, trying to push their own semblances further. They had some time off. They all went to different activities. There was some friction between Ren and Nora, because I guess Ren was uncertain. He's also feeling a bit of the pressure from, I guess, feeling like he needs to be better, be more ready. So possibly doesn't want to let that distract him, or doesn't want to let, Nora sort of distract him from that. But he's also kind of uneasy with dealing with that sort of thing. So then Nora finally just challenged it head on, resulted in them sharing a kiss before, which was really nice, except then disaster struck, and Tyrion came in and killed a whole bunch of people, and now I'm afraid that Ren is going to feel guilty about it, being distracted. Oh boy. Also, yeah, Tyrion killed a bunch of people, made it look like Penny. I assume with the help of Watts, who probably knows Penny's weaknesses, or is able to make the most of knowing exactly how she functions, because he's been doing research and all that sort of stuff. Fiona, the sheep girl, was among the injured. Robin is not happy with Penny. I guess she imagines that this was something that Ironwood may have done deliberately, sent his, pet robot to come and break things. Yeah, so things aren't looking good. We ended the episode with the sirens indicating a Grem attack, so that's great. Let's just get into the episode, shall we? Because while I'm dreading it, I also need to know what happens. The way that the Rooster Teeth logo stops moving always makes me think it's frozen. Because it moves a little bit, and then it stays still while the sound continues, and then I just get very confused. Sorry, I was going to move this here. That's usually where I have it for the... I'm just totally frazzled, just can't even remember all the things I'm doing. Suppose I should probably make sure that I'm recording. Getting audio. Good. Alright. Damn you, Jacques. Ruby looks super determined there. I don't think I've noticed that. When it does that sort of panning shot in the opening, I think I've always been looking around at everyone else, so I've never just like focused on Ruby's face there, and I never noticed how, well, focused she is. Are we gonna get a Robin and Crow versus Tyrion fight?
Citizens of Mantle, following the most recent
Penny.
attack, a temporary prohibition of assembly is now in effect. There are to be no public gatherings of any kind.
Oh, good.
Please conduct your business and return to your homes before curfew.
I'm sure that looks good as well.
For your own safety.
I mean, it's true, but...
Stop right there! Stop running! Wait!
No military officials have gone on record to say the footage was doctored. Many citizens are still insisting that the Protector of Mantle be deactivated.
Show, you can't do this to me again.
operation. Please step aside.
Everything all right over here? Hello?
Oh, that's cool. It's okay, they were just robots. I'm glad to see that she's okay.
This is the worst case scenario. More people are dead, Penny's been framed, and somehow Ch07 is sitting on the council.
That's the second shipment for Amity that was hit today. It seems election night was the last push Robin needed to go from hometown hero to full-on vigilante.
I'm afraid the problem is more complicated than that.
It seems Robin has emboldened our suppliers in Mantle. They're refusing to sell us provisions until the city is adequately repaired. With Robin redistributing the goods her team has stolen, the Amity project is completely stalled.
But we're so close. There has to be some way we can finish the tower.
There is. Declaring martial law.
I wrote martial
You're
law
not
in my notes just
actually
before.
considering that, are you?
What's more important? Establishing communication to unite the world? Or appeasing a few city blocks?
Don't make it sound trivial when you know it isn't. You keep talking about how we just need a little more time, but you're not the one having to struggle.
We have all had to make sacrifices for the greater good. Mantle has had to bear a lot of the burden, yes, but
They're
It's
bearing
tough
all of it. The
making
longer
someone
this
else
thing goes
do the
on, harder
sacrificing.
each day gets for people down there, and now you want to send in more soldiers? You can't force people to fall in line. If you do that, you'll just be trading all of these problems for the Grim.
Tell him, Nora.
Please, General Ironwood. Squeezing Mantle this way, that kind of division plays right into Salem's hands. That's why Tyrion is here framing you.
Right. The reason we called you here in the first place. You're sure this was the man you saw?
Tyrion Callows was accused of murders all across Anima. A homicidal maniac who escaped justice when his prison transport was attacked by Grimm. After that, he was never seen again.
Well, he works for Salem, and he's here.
If we ever had any doubts Atlas was Salem's next target, I think those are officially out the window.
But now we have a suspect. We can tell the people.
That a long-lost serial killer is loose in Mantle and the military has no idea where he is. Might make things worse before they get better.
I am so sick of secrets. If we just told everyone about Amity, about Salem.
we
Oops.
can't! If we talk about Amity now,
Oh,
we
right.
risk Salem's forces, who we know are here, working to sabotage it. If we tell them about Salem now, we risk falling to the ground.
I thought Nora
before we
was
can
going to mention
reunite
about the other,
remnants. We
the other
have
thing.
to finish the tower. I want Robin Hill in custody. We can offer her a deal if she gets Mantle to cooperate.
We'll figure it out.
Anyone not assisting with Robin needs to focus on Tyrion. I want to know who he's working with, where he's hiding, what he's planning, and how exactly that video of Penny got all over my kingdom. Do I make myself clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Looks like we're approaching 51st.
Thanks again for the assist on this, you two. Now we may all be split between different trucks, but we need to be ready to act as one in case Robin's team takes the bait. If your truck is hit, pursue immediately. Everyone else will move in as fast as possible. Going radio silent. Over.
Do you think we should have told Ironwood about Salem before he put so much on the line for Amity?
Sounds like you do.
I trust Ruby, but I think he deserves to know what he's stepping into. We all did. You don't agree?
Look around. The embargo, the military presence, the restrictions on assembly. He's a bit prone to overreacting.
Yeah, hard to argue with that. Still, he didn't have a lot of good options.
I'm not sure there are many good options left for any of us anymore. Keeping secrets? Taking lives? It makes you wonder how far we're going to have to go to keep doing the right thing.
Blake, we did what we had to do.
I know.
Still thinking about Adam.
Next time, I want to make sure we don't have to. And I can tell you, ambushing a huntress who's just trying to help isn't an option I'm thrilled about choosing.
Then maybe we shouldn't.
How is she doing?
She's confused, scared. We'll have her recorded visual data shortly. That should prove her innocence, but the damage has already been done. The things people are saying about her.
Wow.
If Penny hadn't been there, Robin would be...
I don't think Robin was their target. Salem's goal has always been to divide us. I think Penny was exactly where they wanted her. Just like at the Vital Festival.
And just like back then, someone is using our own technology against us. This doctored footage of Penny came from her work all around Manor. Stolen straight from our surveillance network.
Ugh, hacking. Technology. Oh, why can't people just do what they used to and fight to the death?
Glad to see Maria again.
Ask me.
Well, if we're dealing with the same enemy from Beacon, hacking into Manor's system would be simple. Fortunately, the rest of Atlas is running on an upgraded network.
And how would someone get access to that network?
Well, only a few people have clearance. Ironwood, the Council, our cybersecurity and surveillance leads, and maybe a select few who oversee critical systems like sewage or the heating grid.
The heating grid run in partnership.
Sounds like a whole...
What are you thinking?
I don't know yet, but something isn't right.
Understatement of the century.
And how are you doing?
If Maria hadn't offered to help me these past weeks, I'd have likely collapsed by now. Getting a communications tower into the sky seems impossible on its own, but now, to think of what people want to do to my girl.
Even if the worst does happen, you can always reactivate her again. So maybe try not to worry so much.
There's a reason why Penny is the only one of her kind.
Mm-hmm.
When the General first challenged us to find the next breakthrough in defense technology, most of my colleagues pursued more obvious choices. I was one of the few who believed in looking inward for inspiration.
You wanted a protector with a soul.
I did. And when General Ironwood saw her, he did too. Much to my surprise, the Penny Project was chosen over all the other proposals.
Why would you be surprised? You created an artificial aura.
Is it artificial?
Not quite.
You gave her...
Is his own?
Yes. And each time I rebuild Penny, it takes a little more. If the people
Oh, shit.
get their wish and she's destroyed, I won't be able to...
We'll find whoever's responsible. I promise.
Is that also why he's
Robin.
coughing and dying and stuff?
No, wait! Split up and regroup at the hideout!
Robin's no slouch.
Please stop. We just want to...
Oh, cool. She's got different, well, ammo, I guess, on her things.
If Ironwood wants me, he'll have to send more than a couple of kids.
He is. Stop
First,
the trucks
rude.
over the Aesops. We don't have long before they arrive, so please listen to us. You need to know the truth.
You're stalling.
Amity Coliseum, all these supplies, they're for a new communications tower.
That doesn't make any sense.
A new tower means the kingdoms can
I know
finally...
what the tower means, fisticuffs. one of you take
She
my
likes her
hand.
nicknames, huh?
What?
You said time is short. Either take it, or I'm gone. Tell me again, what is Ironwood building out in the tundra?
A new communications tower. He's trying to help everyone.
You're telling the truth.
Handy semblance.
Why keep that a secret?
Because he doesn't know who he can trust. Atlas isn't out to get anybody. The people murdering civilians in Mantle are just trying to make it look that way. And if those same people learned about Amity, they'd do everything in their power to destroy it.
So who are they? Who's actually behind this?
Yang, Blake, where are you?
Here we
Can't
go.
tell you that part yet.
Bullshit.
Look, we are trusting you, so trust us when we say that Amity Tower needs to stay a secret until it's done. We just need a little more time.
Run! We'll throw them off!
I won't stop until I know the whole truth.
It's right behind that door.
The Staff of Creation.
The
I hoped bring you down here might jog some memories.
it's got
After
another
all,
one of those fancy
your
doors.
idea to use the staff to lift Atlas off the ground.
I thought gravity dust kept Atlas afloat.
That's the public.
So did
story.
I.
But with the staff, we have a constant, seemingly limitless energy source. Oz once speculated it could take us as high as we wanted. To tell you the truth, that served as the inspiration for the Amity project. Get a communication tower up in the sky.
Is
higher
that
than
how
a grid
they're
can
planning
survive,
to...
so we never lose contact with each other again.
But you're not using the staff to raise Amity.
The staff can only be used for one purpose at a time.
Oh,
We're going
shit.
to have to do Amity the old-fashioned way.
Oh.
Dust and all.
It feels strange.
I thought they were planning on
knowing a part of me
dropping
had to
Atlas.
come up with all this.
You'll get used to it, I'm sure. Eventually.
Maybe that's
you
still
start
gonna
using
happen
it.
anyway.
Right.
We did know we see eye to eye. But I wish I could ask Ospen what he thought of all this.
Well, I can tell you what I think. The path you're heading down, where you're the only one with the answers, where you do the thing you think is right no matter the cost, it's not going to take you anywhere good.
We have to stop Salem. Nothing matters more.
Some things matter more, I think.
He knows this
Our
because
It's what makes us different from her.
Osborn's been handling it himself.
Sometimes I worry that's her greatest advantage. Without humanity, does she still feel fear? Does she ever hesitate? When Salem hit Beacon, even with all my ships, all of my soldiers, I was no match for her. I've never felt so helpless. The way she told me she was there.
It's okay to be afraid. You just can't let that fear control you.
I am not going to end up like Lionheart. Do you believe in me?
I do believe in you. But not only you. I think the best thing you could do is sit down and talk with the people you're most afraid to.
Now you are starting to sound like him. Winter, what is it?
This angle. How is...
What's going on?
It looks like you're getting your wish.
My father's first act. We've all been invited to dinner, where the general will be defending his seat on the council.
End? Yep. Just another episode fraught with tension. This one, was this about the same? This was slightly longer than last episode, right? It felt longer, somehow. I haven't figured out what makes an episode feel long. I don't know whether it's like amount of stuff that it covers, or amount of different people it checks in with, or... Okay, so we've got martial law, we've got curfews, we've got all sorts of things. Penny's not in a good place. That is a pretty cool ability. Name drop, title drop from Ironwood there. Worst case scenario. Yeah, he's in a difficult place. Let's see if we can find anything in here. I like it when they put actual text in here as opposed to just garbage. Male, fauna, scorpion, poisonous tail. Mid to late 30s. Murder, assault, kidnapping. Section truncated. So, it goes way beyond that. Apprehended. Atlas and Mistral officers. Mistral huntsman, F. Pickerel. Pickerel insisted that additional units were necessary in guarding the prisoner. Request denied. Pickerel believed Colors would attempt escape. Removed from the transport team after failing to cooperate. Distress call from pilot T. Cornetto. Swarm of Grim. Extensive damage split in two. Cornetto continues to speak despite clearly suffering severe injuries. Repeated phrase, what are you, what are you? It's unclear to whom or what Cornetto was directing this question at. What are you? New type of Grim? As in, new to this person? Suspect seems to be weeping before stating the word beautiful. That sounds very much like Tyrion. Presumed dead? Obviously not. There you go. Geez, so I don't think Mantle is in a good place. It's been pushed too far now. It's enough to just sort of say it's for the greater good, but it's sort of one thing to be making a sacrifice, and another thing when you're sacrificing someone else. Regardless of whether it's right, that sort of communication is a bit difficult when all you feel down below is just that you're being screwed. We had Nora telling truth to power before. Don't know whether that got anywhere. I think it got through, but Ironwood still thinks he needs to plow on with what he's doing. Ren's response was kind of interesting. The enthusiasm. I think he's just trying to...
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Reinforcing that yes, he's here. He's here to help.
Looks like we're approaching.
He's serious about it, and he's not gonna let things get past him. So we didn't see anything more on that this episode, but I expect we'll be seeing more about it coming up as Ren tries to do his duty, I guess. Oh yeah, the fake footage, that was crazy.
The damage has already been done. The things people are
just
saying
this.
About her, if Penny hadn't been there, Robin would be...
Doctored footage is crazy. I can see how the combination of that, the general mistrust already that's been sown, and everything else can easily just turn everyone against her. We had the revelation that the... Okay, so we had assumed it was someone else. Someone else's, Actually, I wonder what Pietro's semblance is. I wonder if he's got some ability to sort of distribute or pass on his aura. I guess like John, but in a sort of more permanent fashion. In any case, it's not someone else's aura or spirit or soul that's been put in. He's actually giving up his own in order to keep creating Penny. So I do wonder if he's going to end up dying at some point. I mean, heck, I wondered that from the first episode we saw him, but still, they aren't showing him coughing for nothing. Interesting discussion going on here. There's definitely some uncertainty with what they're doing. They're trying to be heroes, and this, I don't know, I guess you're not feeling very heroic when you're... It's very heroic when you're fighting Grimm, but when you're fighting other people, you sort of start to wonder what happened. This was a very cool semblance.
Trying to help everyone.
You're telling the truth.
Handy.
Now that's pretty cool. I like that semblance. I think in previous episodes it's already established that she's, well, always seeking the truth, so I guess it makes sense that she's trying to... the semblance makes sense in light of that. And we see the location of the relic, or the special door. What is this called? The chamber? The vault. Vault is the word that I'm looking for. So here we see Atlas's vault, which stores the Staff of Creation, and apparently the Staff of Creation is also able to make Atlas float? Maybe it's not something it's actively doing. Like, it was taken out, it was used to lift up Atlas, and that's just sort of its standing command. And if they want to make it do something else, they need to take it out again. The mention of this does make me feel like we're going to see Atlas fall. At first I actually thought his plan was that they were going to lower Atlas to the ground in exchange for using the power of the Staff of Creation to raise Amity Tower instead of Atlas. That's not their plan, but I'm thinking that now that they've mentioned the mechanism, at least we're going to see Atlas fall. Probably for worse reasons. Best case scenario, they choose to change their plan and use the Staff of Creation to raise Amity Tower in place of Atlas. But I am concerned that it's going to happen involuntarily instead. And yeah, we've got Oscar trying to speak a bit of guidance here as well. I wonder whether he's hearing much from Ozpin. He'd mentioned here about
the path you're heading down, where you're the only one with the answers, where you do the thing you think is right no matter the cost. It's not going to take you anywhere good.
See, I feel like that's coming out of Ozpin, maybe. Whether it's Ozpin directly, or Ozpin like seeping through, or Oscar just speaking because he has seen what happened to Ozpin through last season. In any case, that's extremely relevant. What was I looking at here? No, it's okay. I think I misunderstood. This back part of the envelope, at first I thought it was a part that would have flipped over and thought, so why is it up? Never mind, don't worry about it. But that was what I was commenting on before. It makes a lot of sense.
First, his seat on the council.
So there we go. Great. No, episode was real good though. Another episode where I was just kind of like, I don't know, just worried. Worried but engrossed through the whole thing, so somehow I feel like I just got more this time as well. Looking forward to next episode. I don't know whether we have any titles or anything. I'm usually happy just to see the title the day that it comes out. Anyway, it's getting extremely warm. It's going to hit 41 degrees Celsius here, apparently. That's why the lights are a bit more dim, because I don't want to let so much light through. So just thought I'd try to get this recorded before I am forced to switch off this PC and flee from my room, which is going to become unbearable. So, I will leave it at that. So if you've got any thoughts or feedback on my reactions, please post them in the comments. I would be happy to know if anyone's actually watching these, and if there's any ways that I could improve. Or just if you've got any general thoughts about RWBY, I would be happy to hear them. But until next time, see you later.